Well, Jake, you just made such an impressive start to your boxing career so far. Do you think Tyron Woodley is going to be a step up at the end of August?
Yeah, it's a step up in competition, and that's exactly what I want. I want to continue to challenge myself and push myself with each one of these fights, and they're just going to get bigger and bigger, and I'm only getting better and better. And so, this is really just the start. Like you said, I mean, I'm just getting warmed up with what I can accomplish here.
You talk there about challenging yourself and pushing yourself. What is it that motivates you when it comes to boxing? And what is it about boxing which you seem to love so much?
Yeah, my coach, asked me all the time to define my why. Why are you doing this? For me, it's about making history and proving people wrong. I want to change the sport of boxing forever, leave an everlasting impact, and show all the people who have doubted me and said, "Oh, he's not a boxer. Oh, he's not a real professional. He's a YouTuber kid. He's not a real fighter." I want to show all of them that I'm legit, because I am. I know I am, and I know I can become one of the best in the world at this sport. And every single day I wake up with a chip on my shoulder, because everyone my whole life has doubted me and said I can't accomplish things. And I just remember that all the time, constantly, when I'm training, and boxing is the perfect way to prove haters wrong. Yeah, look, I understand why people at first were like, "Hey, this kid's bad for boxing, like leave him out." I get that, but I respect this sport. I love this sport. I'm a student of this sport. I'm in the gym busting my ass every single day. And I think that just deserves some credit. And all I want to do is, like I said, make boxing more popular, make it more exciting. That will help everyone in this sport grow. I think even Canelo at first was like, YouTube boxing's bad. And then he was man enough to retract his statements and say, actually, I've thought this through. I think this is good for the sport.
29th of August is set to be a huge night for yourself, but also we've got Tommy Fury flying over to the US, making his US debut. He's on the undercard. How much of a role did you have to play in getting him on this card?
I would say I was the number one person, to get him on this card. I see him as a potential opponent in the future. He has to get through my sparring partner, Anthony Taylor, which I think he's highly underestimating Anthony's skill set. And I personally think Anthony is going to beat Tommy and upset the whole entire world. But I wanted to see if Tommy would step up to the plate, put his money where his mouth is, because he says he wants to fight me. He says he wants to, do bigger fights and get involved in the US market. So, all right, now is your time to shine. Let's see what you're made of. And the funny part about it is most people in the US, or really even in the sport of boxing, didn't really know he existed until he started talking about me and calling me out and saying he wanted to fight me. Everyone was like, "Wait a second, Tyson Fury has a little brother? This is crazy."
You say you want to get to the very top of this sport. Your brother fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. earlier this year. Are there any dream opponents that you've got on your own bucket list?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't put anything out of the picture. I think anything is possible. And this journey is just starting. I think that, the biggest names in the sport are talking about me, from both on the UFC side of things and MMA side of things to boxing. I think my goal is to become a world champion, just to laugh and say I did it. And I see a ton of big names on the path to becoming a world champion. And, I think the ultimate fight right now would probably be me versus Canelo. And I always say, like, this Turkish guy and Billy Joe Saunders, like they all went in there and just got embarrassed. I'm bigger, stronger, taller, more athletic than all those guys. If I saw any of those guys in the street, in a street fight, it wouldn't be pretty, my friend. So, let's do it inside the ring. No problem.